Hey everybody, Tashina back to the video. I am showing you how I edit using iMovie on my computer. So someone suggested this video and I decided to do it because I didn't really have anything else to do. So yeah, I will go ahead and take you to my computer. Alrighty, okay, so I don't really have any videos at the moment to edit. So I'm gonna go back to one of my old videos, day in the life in quarantine video, and we're gonna go ahead and open that. So in this video, I'm showing you how to do some really cool features. So first of all, I am gonna show you how to do the iconic YouTube zoom ins. Like basically whenever you use like whenever you're talking you mess up or you have something funny to say or that your face just looks really funny or whatever, and you just want to zoom in on that somehow, there are two ways that I've learned to zoom in on. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna split your clip. So first thing before I need to teach you how to zoom in is I need to teach you how to split your clip. So say I wanted the zoom in to start right now, right here where my mouse is. I'm gonna click on it and then I'm gonna right click. And then there's going to be all these options, but you're going to click split clip. Now that we have two separate clips, now we're going to go onto where I want the zoom in to end. So say I wanted to end right here. So I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to right click again and then click split clip. So like I said, there's two ways. You're going to go ahead and make sure that you've clicked on the clip that you want the zoom in to have. And to know that you've clicked on the clip, there's going to be a yellow border line thing around your clip, as you can see the little yellow thing around it. So you're going to click on it, make sure you clicked on it, good, we're done. Now we're going to go up here to all these little options and you're going to click on this grid icon right here. The three we have here is fit, crop to fill, and Ken Burns. I'm going to show you, the most basic one, or the one that most YouTubers use. You're going to go to crop to fill, and as you can slightly see, there's these little white, I don't know, borders, I guess you'd say. There's 4 of them on each side of the screen, of the rectangle. And what you can do is you're going to go ahead and size it down, decrease the size of that little box, and say I want it to be for this much. Now that's okay, I don't have to, it's not going to be only on this part. I can move it around by just simply pressing and dragging. I can move things around. Let's say this is a little bit too small, I can go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. And this is how I do my zoom in. And basically it'll go from this clip, which is clean and just full size, to the zoomed in part. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Continue. Chill. Like that. So I showed you how to do the normal zoom in. Now I'm going to show you how to do the slow zoom in effect. So I know Emma Chamberlain uses this effect. Not sure about anyone else. I'm sure a lot of the other YouTubers use it too, but I don't really know anyone else that does. But now instead of crop to fill, we are going to first go ahead and make this big again. We're going to go to Ken Burns. Now you're going to see this thing called, there's thing called end and start right here. You do not want to move the start one, so you do not want to go like this and move the start one. You want to keep it center. Now for the end one, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. You're basically just gonna zoom it or decrease the size for how small you want this zoom in to be on your face. So say I want it to be this much, and basically this arrow means it's going to zoom in that direction towards your face. Like if I did it here, then it'd go from the start and then zoom in all the way up here to the end. So I'm gonna put it right over here, and my face here looks really weird, but yeah, that's basically what you can do. You want the start to be the same as your formatting, so that it starts the same and does not start zoomed in, and you want the end to be zoomed in on the specific part you want it to be zoomed in on, so that it will slowly zoom in that direction. You chillax like that. And the longer the clip you have, so this is only 1.1 seconds, the longer the clip you have will basically mean the slower of the zoom in will be. But that's basically how you can do the two zoom ins. Okay, next I'm going to show you how I, bright up my video or just make it look much better than how it did before. So, I've already done this before, but basically you can go ahead and this is what my video looks like right now, but I don't really like the lighting, and maybe you don't like the lighting in your video. Maybe it's too dark, maybe it's too orange, maybe it's too whatever. I know in the beginning of this video, the lighting was too orange, so I had to change it, and I was able to do that by doing this, and I'll show you. So what you can do is click on this little icon right here, and this is going to be your lighting or color balance icon. And what you're going to do is there are 4 options here. I usually use auto because it, brights up my video and just makes it look better. Next, I'm going to show you how to speed up a video. Now, there are many times in my videos where something is too slow or too fast that I just need to slow it down or speed it up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna split the clip for how long you want it to be slowed down or how long you want it to be sped up. So I'm just gonna use this clip right here, which is 3 seconds. And obviously I don't really need to do it. I'm just showing you how to do this on this clip. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on this little time icon, and you're gonna go to this drop down menu, and you're gonna click on fast for if you want it to be fast, and slow if you want it to be slow. Now you can adjust these because if you think the fast is a little bit too slow and you want it to be even more faster, you can click 4 times, 8 times, 20 times. That one's so slow. Okay, but yeah, I am just gonna keep it on normal, but you can also do that for slow too. Now I'm gonna show you how you can add things. Adding things is so important in case you need to add something to the video, like if it's like an important thing you need to add to the video so that people know what you're talking about or to get a better understanding. So there are 3 ways that I do it. I add text, I freeze my video and then do a voiceover, or I import a video of me that I recorded on my computer because I'm too lazy to go on my camera again and record. Okay, I'm going to show you the first one, which is freeze frame. Say I need to say something right here. I'm going to go ahead. There's 2 ways you can access freeze frame. You can go to this icon right here again and click on the drop down menu and click on freeze frame, or, this is what I usually do, you can right click like you were to split a clip, except you would add a freeze frame right there. And freeze frames, you can make them as long as you want. When you add the freeze frame, it'll automatically take you here, and you get to go ahead and put the duration of it. Make sure you enter the duration, like click the enter button once you have it, or else it's not going to work. So say I want it to be for 8 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and enter that, and the freeze frame is now going to be 8 seconds. Now that I have this freeze frame, it's basically just going to have my video be completely frozen for 8 seconds. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, this is the important part. Right when my video freezes, I'm going to add my voiceover. Voiceovers are super easy and super simple to do. You click on this little microphone icon right here, and you're going to click on the record button. It gives you a 3-second timer, and basically you can record. This is what it looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like if you were to record. And then when you're done, click on this little red button again. And there you go, you have your voice recording right here. And if you ever realize that your voice recording is too short or it's too long, then you can change the duration of the freeze frame all the time, so that's very helpful. The second way is adding text. So usually you can use iMovie's texts, but honestly, I do not like iMovie's text in my opinion. I just feel like they are pretty ugly. They don't have that much of a selection of fonts, and I just, don't use them that often. So if you want to have text like this right here, then what you have to do is you have to download an app on your phone called Fonto, and I will show you a video on how to do that. I'll take you to my phone right now to show you how you can create your text. Okay, so we're on my phone, and these are all my editing apps that I use for like pictures, thumbnails. Fonto is like the only one I use for like adding text and stuff, but that's pretty much it. So you're gonna hop into Fonto, and you're gonna have this little grid thing, but on the bottom you see this little camera icon. Click on the camera icon in the bottom middle, and then you're going to click plain images, not photo albums. Usually I use photo albums, but when it comes to text, you use plain images. You're going to click on this black square right there at the top left. And then now, when do you see the 2048 by 2048 at the top middle? Click on that, because now we have to change the image size. Automatically, the image size is a square, but we do not want a square. We want the YouTube size. So the closest YouTube size that I found is the 2208 by 1242, and that is going to be the iPhone 8 Plus / 7 Plus / 6 Plus. So click on that, and then this is the correct image. I think it's the closest, I think, to the YouTube sizing. And then now we're going to go to color at the bottom. This is a very important step. You're going to need to go scroll over to green and choose any green. I prefer using this little bright green right here. Then you're going to click apply the top right. And then on the top right, click on this little export button and then click use. Now we have this YouTube sizing green plain picture. What we're going to do is we're going to click anywhere on the screen. There's going to be a little pop-up that says add text. Click on add text and basically write whatever you want. So I'm going to say, I'm going to do in stars. I forgot what they're called. Like, I'm going to use the star things and say lighting change. And then like that. Obviously, you can write whatever you want, but just basically write whatever you want to say that you want to add into the video. If you go to font next to preset and symbol, click on font. I already have some favorite fonts up here. As you can see, I have Keep On Truckin' and Arial Bold Italic, because those are my two favorite that I use in most of my videos. But if you go to fonts down right here, it should automatically take you to fonts if you just downloaded Fonto. But you should be able to scroll through all the fonts that Fonto has. And it's just crazy because Fonto has so many different kinds of fonts that you can use. Like, there's just so many to choose from, and it takes such a long time to choose them because there's so many. But I just love Fonto because of that. I mean, it's in the name, kind of, Fonto. So I'm going to go to my starred fonts, and I'm going to use Arial Bold Italic because I just like that one a lot. And you're going to click done when you finished with your font and your thing. Yeah, your font and your writing. So now obviously this is too big. We're going to go to sizing right here, and we're going to go ahead and decrease the size by a lot because this needs to be able to fit on the page. Or I feel like this is still too big, and then I'm going to just decrease it a little bit. Now, I like to go to move right here because it lets me center everything perfectly instead of having to move my finger, and sometimes my finger's like shaky and stuff and just not centers things properly. So I'm going to do that. So here I have that. If you click on it again, you have all these features, but I like using style. So go to style, and you can change the color of your writing, but I like to go to stroke next to text in the middle, and then you see alpha above width on the bottom. Put the alpha, or take the little circle thingy and move it all the way to the right so that you have the alpha all the way up, and it gives this really cool black background to your text. Now you don't have to do just black. There is red, green, and blue, which is super cool, and that's why I love about Fonto as well. If you go to style at the very top middle and next to color, you can go to shadow and then turn the alpha all the way up. It gives this little shadow to your text, which is so cool too. If you go to spacing, you can space out the letters. I keep them the same most of the time. I don't really need to space any of my letters, but sometimes people do that to make it look cool or whatever. And basically you have your thing. So the reason why I put a black background around my text is because sometimes there's white parts of my video and sometimes the white text blends in. Obviously you can use any color, but usually I'll use white because it's just the most bright, I guess. I don't know, I just love white. So you can use that. Now, if you scroll to the left, you have curve, 3D, and erase. So you can use curve for many things. I usually don't use curve, but you can curve your fonts, which is like, whoa, that's like so cool. Now, at the bottom right, you're going to click the export button, and basically, you can go ahead and export it or airdrop it to your computer, which is what I'm going to do right now. Okay, you're back. Great. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the text and import it using the import button right here. You can airdrop it from your iPhone to your MacBook, or you can, find some way to transport the picture to your computer, and then make sure you import it using this icon right there. And then once it's imported and it's in your media, you can basically go ahead and take it and drag it right on top of your clip. Now, I forgot to mention the thing about your timeline, which is this little thing right here with all your clips. The thing about your timeline is if you go put the clip or the picture or video on top of the video, that is going to be known as an overlay. If you put the picture or video under the clip, that is going to be known as sound. So sound can be used as background music, sound effects, etc. And then the clips in the middle are your actual clips for your video. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and make it for that duration because I don't want to mess up with this. So yeah, here you're just going to add it on top like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to this little icon right here. And as you can kind of tell, the video automatically moves, or sorry, the picture automatically moves like this, which is not good. We don't want that. And that is because of Ken Burns, because Ken Burns automatically does that. To stop that, you're going to click on fit and it'll just be normal. Now that we have this green thing and it's over your video and you can't see yourself, the way to do that is you're going to go to this icon, which is the overlay icon, and you're going to click on the drop down menu, and there's going to be 4 things: cutaway, green/blue screen, split screen, and picture-in-picture. You're going to click green/blue screen, and it's going to take away the green background to give you the text, which is really cool. Another thing you can do is you can put it as a cutaway. Now, a cutaway is what it's normally going to do when you add the video or picture on top of the clip. It's basically just going to have that on top of the video, and you're still going to hear the music from your clip, or like the sound from your clip here, but you're going to have this on top of the video. That's what a cutaway is. And so next, a split screen is basically you're going to have the picture or video halfway or right next to you, and it's just gonna have it like your clip right there and your overlay right next to it. And then picture in picture, pretty simple. You're just gonna go ahead and you can expand it however you want. It's just like adding a little subscription button or like a little picture you wanted to add into your video, which is really cool. But right now we're using green/blue screen because that's how you would add the text. Alright, so basic transitions from one clip to another one is usually it's going to have the none transition, which is basically going to transition, basically going to transition cleanly from one clip to another like this. Okay. So you can change that if you go to right here, transitions. There are a bunch of different cool transitions to use. Usually I keep it on none because I like it the best, and I feel like these transitions are really tacky. Sometimes I will use them in my videos if I have to, but they're really cool actually. But how to add them is you just basically drag them onto your transition, and you can add it like that. And this is what it looks like.
Okay, so
yeah.
So
Now, for sound effects, this is how I'm going to show you how to add your sound effects. So here, for music, I don't really use iTunes for my music, so I don't really have any music here. I don't use GarageBand either. So for audio, I only use sound effects. Now, these are very, very good. They're good for many things. You can use them to add a little spruce and spark to your videos, which is usually what I do. Now, to add my background music, since I don't use GarageBand or iTunes, I'll usually screen record a video of some copyright-free music, and I will import that into my media, and then I'll drag that right below the clip, and it'll be considered audio, and it won't have the video of the screen recording. It'll only have the audio from it, which is what I do, and that's how I can get my background music, because I don't use iTunes or GarageBand. Of course, if you use that, go ahead by all means. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next video.